anything like me are shocked when people are shocked that they need to drink a lot of water in the desert, well, you got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state and nation that we live in. Thanks for hanging out. My apologies. I hope you had a great weekend. By the way, it was HOTT out there, as my mom would say. And it was a little warm, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the adjustments that we're all making. So we're going to do that, and hope you guys had some time to get out and play and enjoy yourself. I think my outdoor activities this weekend actually were just planning for a Mexico fishing trip and mowing the lawn. Oh, and I cooked really, really good wild boar tenderloins. Fantastic on the Green Mountain Grill. Let me tell you, ooh, man, I got some leftovers ready to go, and we're going to get up on some of that. So thank you so much for being here. Here's what went down. On Friday, we just had to call an audible, and sometimes in live broadcasting, you got to call an audible sometimes, and it's no big deal. It just is what it is. Sometimes some professionals will have a show, what they call in the can. What's up, Lynn? A happy Monday to you. They'll have a show in the can, so to speak, ready to go. Kind of, okay, well, I have to do something like I did on Friday, and then boom, here's the show. And the show just airs, and nobody's worse for the wear. Okay. And we'll probably start doing things like that as I grow accustomed to doing this show plus another show that Rob and I are planning next month. So gonna have to do things like that and stick around. But here's what went down. My wonderful lady, she is a trail runner, avid hiker, avid outdoors person, and but surprisingly drinks very little water. So it is not surprising one little tiny bit that her kidneys are mini rock quarries. So there was a giant boulder that needed to be nuked and needed to be nuked now. And so being the dude that I am, I was there with her, took her out there, and that's what happened. So there we go. And some complications happened after that, blah, blah, blah. She's good now, resting, everything's fine. Excuse me. But I kept, she kept asking, so why would I get this many kidney stones? Why do I have this many kidney stones? Why do I have this many kidney stones? You don't drink water, period. You just don't. You don't drink enough water. If you don't drink enough water here in the valley, it has nothing to do with hard water, has nothing to do with your salt intake, has everything to do with how much water you drink, period. That's how it is. And no, it's very little water, like enough to feel like, okay, I'm good now. I've rehydrated myself from the trail run, or rehydrated myself from paddleboarding or whatever. And then it's on to just not drinking water until the next time it's after some sort of thing. Right. And so we'll talk about some hydration stuff through the program today. And I think it's very appropriate to do so. But it was weird. Some of the Western medical advice that she was given, especially why this is very pertinent to Arizona. So this is why in our outdoor world. So this is why we're talking about hydration. Was limiting salt intake. He said 2 olives is enough salt that you need for the whole day, or something with your daily intake. I'm like, are you bleeping kidding me? I don't agree with that one little bit. I'm not a doctor, but my doctor said, salt it up, fat it up, go nuts. As a matter of fact, I offered her some bison. I said, I'd love to bring you some bison. She goes, the ground beef? I said, yeah. She goes, did you mix it with cow fat? I said, yeah. She said, what's your blend? I said, 80-20. She goes, try 70-30 next time. I want you to have more fat in your diet. Yeah. The holistic, she's not a Western medicine doctor. She's like, no, it's fine. And by the way, eat as much salt as you can, because your body's made of salt water. That's what your body is. Your body's salt water. So we don't need to ingest salt is one of the weirdest things I've heard. But we do need to drink a lot of water to combat. I mean, if eating a lot of salt and not drinking water is just dumb. So I drink 3 of these bad boys every single day. And that's just getting started. And I use good water. I'm kind of a water snob. The best deal going is Costco, when it says it's enriched with minerals or something like that for flavor or something. That means it has electrolytes, right? Electrolytes. It's what plants crave. Anybody going to catch that reference? Electrolytes. It's what plants crave. No? Okay. All right. I'll go with it. Yeah. If you didn't catch it, it's Idiocracy. One of the best movies, most underrated movies in history. Mike Judge made it. He's the creator of Beavis and Butthead. It is absolutely fantastic. It's got one of the Wilson brothers in it. It's just basically that only dumb people are breeding in the planet, and this is what it becomes. And if you watch it right now, I know we're not doing politics yet, but if you watch it right now, it's a documentary. It's becoming a documentary. It is absolutely it's scary how dead on it is. Anyway, the water is enhanced with electrolytes. It's got the potassium and whatever it takes to make an electrolyte. That's what that water has at Costco, even though a little small bottle of water, and it's cheap. But I'm a water snob, so I drink that. I make sure I'm super hydrated. I have hydration pills. They're little salt, basically, they're salt tablets that keep you hydrated. So I was shocked to hear a doctor say, "Oh no, you need to limit your salt to next to nothing." Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, seriously, Mark gets it. Mark did not think that Idiocracy would become essentially a documentary or a true story, and it really is. I think the president, Terry Crews, is the president in the movie, and I think his name is like Hector Macho Camacho Mountain Dew. It's absolutely absurd. It really is absurd. Yes. Good morning, Eddie. And so, but yes, the more electrolytes you have, the better you're fine. You just keep your body hydrated, for the love of grief. And here's the deal: out in our outdoor world, whether we're hunting, we're camping, we're biking, paddleboarding, rafting, kayaking, whatever it is, especially here in Arizona, I don't care if the sun's not blazing hot yet. I don't care if it's only 80 degrees outside. Your body is just dripping fluids. And again, your body's made of salt water. You got to put that stuff back in. So there's a couple of things that I would suggest that you do. A, prehydrate. I don't know if you've ever heard of this before. It's relatively new to me in my hydration obsession. And prehydration means, don't drink water when you're thirsty out on the trail. Drink water, a lot of it, before you get on the trail. If we've learned anything from a man, Bear Grylls, it is that I guess you can eat anything. So if we leave two things from Bear Grylls. Yeah. Okay. It's that if you're thirsty, it's too late. Your body's already dehydrated. So you've got to stay on top of it. And prehydrating is very, very key to not having a tough time. Thanks, Grizz. I appreciate you, bud. But we were talking about on Friday. My lady had an issue with some basically the small rock quarries that are her kidneys, and this is so we're talking about hydration and avoiding these types of things. And yes, Lynn, probably about I would say 12 hours probably prior to start getting it going. And this, I mean, just it's always a good thing just to make sure you're hydrated throughout the day anyway. But if you're going to go into any type of strenuous activity, or heck, if you know you're going to be doing yard work on Saturday and you are going to be out in that heat, Friday, just hit it, man. Friday, just hit up some water. Make sure you're just staying in there. And then Friday morning, hydrate yourself with water instead of coffee before you head out there. And you're good. Yeah. 2 days before seriously, I don't think there should be a limit on it. Guys, I would encourage everybody, just hydrate the heck out of yourself and you'll be all right. But don't get obsessed with it. It is possible to overhydrate. It just is. So careful and just listen to your body. Listen to how your body feels. If your body's not just sucking it all up, okay, then you're probably hydrated. You're probably doing good. Another thing is a skin test is kind of pinch if your skin is just kind of bounce back kind of quickly, you're pretty hydrated. If it's kind of stays up when you pinch it, you're like, oops, I should probably hit that. All right. Mark is a mountain bike coach. I like this. We're told our riders to hydrate the day before a practice or race. Yeah. Prehydration was something, Mark, I didn't even know about. And I'm so excited that I stumbled across it. I have no idea how I stumbled across it, but my goodness, it's changed a lot. I mean, I've had heat stroke. It's just absolutely maddening. And for me, after 2 brain surgeries, it is really important to make sure that I'm listening to my body, especially out in the heat, and get dizzy, things like that. It's a huge deal. So, and it was weird. My neurosurgeon said after the surgery, eat as much salt as you can. And because apparently there's some salt regulator thing in your brain, my brain at least got knocked daffy. And so I need to eat a lot of salt. So I'm good with that. But if I eat the salt and I mix that up with some solid hydration, we're good. So let's get back out there. I am a huge fan of anything I can put in a water bottle, shake it up, and I'm good. And I'm talking about, yes, the plastic water bottles. We'll get into environmental stuff later. But what I'm talking about is putting in little packets. The best packets there are, they make them the sugar-free. I don't eat sugar, so sugar-free is the way to go. Sugar-free liquid IV. Sugar-free liquid IV is bananas. It is better than Gatorade. It's better than all those other, sugary, nonsensical drinks, and it just boom, pop it in a bottle of water. It's not that bad. Lemon lime is pretty solid, and just take that thing to the head, and you are right as rain. Okay, I think it's really, really good. Yeah. Yeah, see, you're no okay, Grizz, same thing. I was blown away. I'm like, yeah, you don't look, don't threaten me with a good time. If I have to salt the hell out of everything, I will. Do not, and now I have doctor's orders to do it. I'm like, come on, bring the salt over. Let's go. Let's get this thing. Rockefeller would never do business with somebody that salted their food before they ate it. I'm like, he would have never done business with me because I'm salting it right away. Don't care. I really don't care. I've got the whole pour it in the palm thing to see the kind of how fast it's flowing out of there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said that it showed distrust because you didn't trust the chef. You were already changing it when it came to the table. Interesting. Yeah, fun little fun fact. But this is liquid IV is fantastic. And speaking of little packets, by the way, I'm a coffee junkie. Look, y'all, am I kidding? Here it is right here. And I know, Starbucks. Guess what? I'm addicted to Starbucks cold brew. I am. It is what it is. And they make these little packets, little Via. You just pour in the water bottle, shake it up, boom, you're good. You are good. And if you couple that with using water bottles to cool your coolers, so in my Canyon Coolers, you get over to canyoncoolers.com. By the way, if anything on canyoncoolers.com, the tumblers, the gear, anything, if you use code GOSHOW, you get 15% off your order. Okay, so really, really cool stuff. But use the water bottles to instead of ice, so your stuff doesn't get wet. And then as they kind of melt, or you leave one out through the day or something like that, boom, pop that thing in there. There you go. You're all satisfied. Way to go. Sugar-free and salt. What is this? Try LMNT. It has added salt. That's good. Hell, it's added salt. Tequila Gems, make that happen. Yeah, I'm all about that. And Tequila Jim has hunted with me a bunch of times. He knows that I just pour those little Vias in the coffee thing, shake it up while they're all rolling around trying to get the little coffee maker to start with a little butte. Please. Just put it in the damn bottle, shake it up. You're good. It's just caffeine. Just get it. Give me my fix. I need my fix. Yeah. Imported Italian coffees. Okay. All right. Have you tried Ely? I think Ely's one of the best coffees I've ever had. I don't know how we're getting on to coffee, guys, but let's just do it. Let's go for it. Ely is, you can get them at, I didn't get it at AJ's. The one I found it at was at AJ's downtown. And the cool thing is the Ely tins that they come in are amazing for campfire in a can. So I'm going to have you go through your Ely coffee. If you're a coffee snob like Lynn and myself, if you're a coffee snob, go grab some Ely coffee. Those tins are ideal for campfire in a can. Here's what campfire in a can is. So you're going to take the tin of the Ely coffee. You are going to roll it up as tight as you can, and you're going to stuff it down. You're going to smash it down into that tin. You're going to cut it off at the top. So now it's just level, and you're going to take candle wax, preferably just the blank unscented stuff that you can get at like Michael's or like Hobby Lobby, things like that. I'm sure you can get it anywhere really, or on Amazon. You melt that down, and then you just pour it into right into the cardboard, and the cardboard soaks it up, and then you get that stuff to the top, and you just let it sit. You're good. Don't need a wick or anything. You light that thing up. Boom. It's going to give you hours of a pretty solid 6 to 12 inch flame. It's solid, probably 6 to 10 inch flame. So campfire in a can is the way to go, and that stuff doesn't blow out. It's easy to light. It's so amazing. So yeah. Is that the silver tin? It is the silver tin. That's right. The red. I believe it's got a red top, so it's a red logo. Yeah. Definitely check out the Ely coffee. Where in the world? How do we do hydration? For the love of grief, there we go. Try to do this during your camping outings, hunting outings, whatever it is. Do your best to not drink with your meals. Tequila Jim is probably trying to throw something at me through his computer screen right now because he knows. I'm not talking about that kind of drink. Try not to drink a lot of water and fill yourself up during your meals. Drink between meals. Especially if you're hydrating, do that between meals, not during meals. Actually, drinking during meals is one of it's not a good thing to do. I don't do it. And okay, if there's a little bit of tequila next to me, I can sip some tequila, but I'm not chugging milk or chugging water. And so I don't drink during meals. And the weird thing is, you know where I got that from? I asked my doctor about it because there was some, I forget, back in the Willard Scott days on the Today Show. I don't remember what it was, but it was somebody who was 100 and some odd years old. And they said, "What's your secret?" The only thing the man said, "I don't drink with my meals." And I thought, okay, if that's the secret, cool. But if it's a secret, right on, I'm gonna give it a try. And I asked my doctor about it. My doctor said this: "Do you ever see an animal drink when they eat?" No, because it's not smart to do that, because it dilutes your stomach acid and makes it harder to digest. Oh, okay. So let your stomach acid work for about a half hour, and then you can start having some drinks. Easy enough. And as Tequila Jim can attest, I am a portrait of health. Mm-hmm. No, but it does make it gets rid of that, like that Thanksgiving bloating feeling. Let me tell you something, definitely gets rid of that. And definitely, so we got prehydrate. Take the stuff with you. The liquid IV is absolutely 100% fantastic, and it's just a great idea. And then of course you rehydrate when you're done for the day. So, and before you hit the booze. And part of the things in any research I've ever done on hydration, and I did a little bit before the show to make sure that I wasn't completely off the rails here. It's not like the tortoise story. Oh, yeah. Coffee is so bad for you. They straight up. Each article is like, stay away from alcohol and caffeine. I'm like, you've never hunted with me. You've just never hunted with me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 18.8. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I got the lung. Yeah. So, but I'm going to drink coffee. I drink coffee all day, and that's why I have to drink a lot of these things so I can balance it out. Holy mackerel! So anyway, take a tip from or take a lesson from what I had to go through this weekend with my girlfriend is that is just if you don't drink a lot of water in Arizona, you're going to have kidney stones. It just is. That it is. It is. And they're no fun to get rid of. They're definitely no fun to pass. That process is amazing. It's like some electro, basically they just kidney punch you. Like you just get Mike Tyson in a room and just kidney punch him, and then the things dissolve. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. 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 Well, she's the one that went through it, Grizz. So yeah, I'm definitely right this time. I'm telling you, don't have to ask. She was the one going through it. Yep. I was right. Yes. And so, but she's definitely not a authority on staying hydrated, as evidenced by what we went through this weekend. Well, here was the thing that I was thinking about as I forget where I was thinking. It was Costco, and I saw this thing of Little Debbie's, and this is an outdoor show. And now every hunter in the world is nodding his head right now. It was exactly this is an outdoor show, and you talk about Little Debbie's. Totally, it is on brand. I'll tell you that. This thing was a giant case of Little Debbie's. And I'm like, I don't know how many diets or fitness programs or anything that little, what has caused, because there is, it seems to be a solid camping, not hunting and camping tradition. A couple Little Debbie's and a cup of coffee. Pfft, life's good. You're on your way. So now think about that to what we just talked about. If it's warm at all outside, and God forbid you're up at 5,000-6,000 feet, that's a different kind of warm. And now all your body has is coffee and Little Debbie's in it. It's gonna make for a rough hunt. It just is. It's going to make for a rough hunt. And no matter what it is, even if it's bacon and a bunch, because you're just rolling around smelling like bacon. But yeah. Mm-hmm. But that the Little Debbie's just got me thinking, what is the best camping, road trip, hunting, whatever snack? What's your go-to? I want to know what you tell me in the comments. I would love to know what your go-to snack is, because most of the time it is unless it's a Tequila Jim and I are hunting together where there's basically 3 squares a day. Most of the time, your primary source of nutrition is snack. And so for me, just so we'll throw out the list here, if you guys want to chime in here we go. Ready? Frito-Lay Munchies, the bag, the cheddar ones, the bag that has pretzels, Sun Chips, Doritos, and Cheetos in it. I don't think you can get a better bag of chips. I really don't think you get a better bag of chips. Most of the flavors of corn nuts and Pringles. I could go for days on just that. I'm good. I could live off of that. My body would not like me, but I can tell you it's better than a Little Debbie. Yeah, in Nature's Bakery oatmeal crumble. Here's the deal. You know something I've never had in my life? I've never had oatmeal. This is the ABCs of me. I've never had oatmeal. It just looks weird. I've made so much oatmeal for my two children and my 2.5 kids with intern Sarah. I made so much oatmeal, never had a bite of it. Never even tried it. It just didn't look appetizing to me. It took me maybe 30 years in life to actually try sour cream. Why? Because it's called sour cream. I don't want to have any of that noise. I'm like, why does somebody want that? Why are you putting sour stuff? Yeah, I didn't even get it. So yeah, okay. So the bars, the Nature's Bakery oatmeal crumble. Oh yeah, yeah, and those are light and they get in your pack. Here's what I said, and it's funny that that Lynn, you brought this up because I'm going to try this in the food dehydrator, which I think is one of the coolest things, most underused kitchen appliance that you could possibly have, is making fruit leather. Why have I not known about these damn things? Fruit leather. They're grown-up fruit roll-ups. They're fruit roll-ups. And Jim just said Duke's beef sticks. Yeah, they're fantastic. The beef sticks that you get from Costco, they're mildly intimidating. His kids call them, what do you call them? They call them meat swords. They're gigantic. Yes, but yes, definitely that. But this fruit leather. So what you do, take whatever fruit you want, put it in a blender, make a little puree, just pour it over the paper on the in the food dehydrator, and they actually make reusable little things, the trays or whatever. And you just put that in there for like a day, and oh lordy, it's a giant fruit roll up. And I am so down with this. I can't wait to try this because I'm doing the have a soup pie thing in September. And obviously it's you don't want to put a lot of stuff in your pack, as your pack is going to be about 30 pounds as it is. So the lighter you're carrying, the more water you can bring. And then I guess last longer. I've never done this, so I'm kind of intimidated by it. But if this fruit leather, I'm excited about. Now, soup. I did not know you could do this. Guys, I am so excited to try this and let you know how this goes. You can take your favorite soup, blend it, and do the same thing you did with the fruit, and it turns brittle. It turns in like almost like chips. And then you put that in a bag, and then you put some water in it when you're ready to rehydrate it, and boom, you got your soup. It doesn't have to be like just a tomato soup or a cream of something soup. It could be soup. Like, you want to send Mike back to the day. You want to send me way back to the day. You want to send me home, good old home cooking. Dentimore beef stew. Not kidding. It out of the can, looks and smells a little bit like dog food. Don't matter. I love it. I cannot wait to blend that up and just dehydrate that and see how it goes. I'm excited. And then any other kind of soup you want, but you got to blend it. The cool thing about that is that that I'm used to blending. I had these front two teeth right here. Yeah, those were implants. During that whole process, I couldn't chew anything. I could barely chew anything. It was like gumming thing. So I blended soups. Yeah, blended soup to me is no big deal. It's all going to the same place anyway. No, it's all going to the same spot. So if you're just chewing it up anyway, so why not blend it? But that's going to be a game changer, I think. Is dehydrating soups. I mean, you could take that anywhere. And talk about how long that's going to last. And you just put that in your pack. It weighs 0. And then boom, put the water in there and away you go. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, I mean, there's just different ways to do that kind of stuff. Back to the snacks. Little Debbie, absolutely the worst thing in the world, but we all have it. We've all done it. We've all had the ick because of the Little Debbie's, but Little Debbie's probably cut more hunts short than Jose Cuervo. Not kidding. And if you don't know what a Little Debbie is, where you been, give one a try. You're welcome. Or I'm sorry, because you're going to keep going. They're like potato chips, for the love of grief. Yeah. So yeah, the corn nuts, my dentist thanks me for those. And then the munchies, and then the Pringles. Pringles are just fantastic. They're light. And who figured out stacking the chips instead of putting them up in a crunchy bag is just a genius. Come along with me on this, my Pringles brethren. Why don't Pringles cans have the same thing as deodorant? The little twisty thing at the bottom, and just raises them up so you don't have to do the whole tip thing and see if you can get a grip on a bunch of them and they're all pouring out and little crumbs at the bottom. Why not just click, 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 and I'm just going to take them right off the top. Hear me out, guys. If somebody wants to call the patent office, just cut your boy Mike in. Just cut me in. I would appreciate that. But okay. So back to the focus, Michael. So back. Maybe I need coffee. Hang tight. See, told you, Starbucks. Yeah, thanks, inflation. These things used to be $4. Now they're darn near $6. Yeah, but I'll sip on this thing for like a whole day. I'll sip on it. They're good for 5 days. Anywho, back to it. The reason why I'm bringing up the snacks is because I did see that absurdly large box of Little Debbie's, and you put it in like a spare garage. It was so big. But understand that you're hydrating and you're taking care of your body on your fishing trip, on your hunt, on your hike or your camping trip or whatever it is, your packing trip. You're taking care of yourself, hydrating. You got to take care of yourself with food too. I know it's not a sexy thing because Jim will agree with me that we eat good, we eat well. It is all about like wonderful meals, amazing meals, the chilies, the steaks, all of that stuff, all cooked over the campfire. It is absolutely amazing, so amazing. But this good food we're putting in our body. A lot of those snacks, those snack cakes, and those those different bars and things like that, just not going to help you along the way. So just giving it that thought, same thought that you have on hydration when you're in the outdoors, the same thing you have on hydration, have on food as well. And I'm not saying go vegan for the love of grief. Like I said, I mean, we're doing New York strips, ribeyes. We're not playing around. We're not out there to eat bad stuff. We're out there to do good stuff. So, and by the way, cooking over the campfire, if you haven't done it yet, just please, it'll change your whole world. It'll change your mind. It'll change your whole mindset. And Grizz, yeah, Pez is really going to help. Pez is your go-to snack. Pez is like, why not just bring Tic Tacs? How was that a go-to snack? I don't know. Pez is a go-to snack. Pez dispensers were fantastic. What a great invention. Oh, maybe like I think that's what he's talking about. I think what Grizz is talking about, like the Pez for Pringles. Oh, yes. Now I see what you're saying. Now I get it. That makes sense. Yeah. Could you imagine? I think either the little clicky turny thing at the bottom to bring the Pringles up, or just Pez dispenser. Oh, that's so brilliant. Oh, it's brilliant. We got to call the patent office, guys. We're gonna make some money. Yeah, see, Chris. Hey, if nothing else, I'm coachable. Just give me a long runway, champ. I'll get there. Holy cow, I'll get this bird off the ground. I'm telling you what. I actually played if you're traveling this summer, I actually played a really, really interesting piece of audio from an American Airlines flight. And they were going from LAX to Hawaii. And the captain was just like, you know what? I'm not accepting this plane. I don't like it. I got a bad feeling. I'm not liking this. I'm not putting this thing over 6 hours of water to just see that something's wrong, because they told him that one of the engines needed a new fuel filter. And they said, we'll replace it when you get back from Hawaii. This captain's like, wait a second, 12 hours in this plane, and you're just not going to, you want me to fly over the ocean 12 hours? And no, I'm not going to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And could you imagine, though, you're going to Hawaii? Like, this is the trip of trips. You're going to Hawaii, a whole fam bam going with you. And then the captain's like, you know what? The maintenance guys are lazy, and I'm not going to fly this plane. It's dangerous. He said, I hope we have an empty plane somewhere around here in this airport, but this is the call I'm making. This is a tough call I got to make. That guy should be given an award. He's probably doesn't work anymore, but the guy should be given an award for sure. Or if he blows the whistle on Boeing, never mind. Not going to get into that. Yeah. And Lynn, trust me, I am a Jedi giving away great ideas. I'll tell you what. Mm-hmm. That exactly. You want that pilot flying your plane, especially on your trip. Check out I think it's called Pineapple Brothers. I'm gonna look up that. Pineapple Brothers is actually an island in Hawaii where you can archery hunt. And I didn't know that was possible, but there it is. Out there, I forget the species of some kind of goat, but kind of cool. You can go out there, and they've got the hunting rights to that island, so you can go there. Problem is, the only hotel on the island is a Four Seasons, I believe. Only $1,400 a night. What? And that was before inflation. Oh man, I just cringe to find out what it is now. But y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being understanding for Friday, and thanks for the well wishes. The key from today is it is getting blazing hot out there. Hydrate like crazy. Listen to your body, understand your body, understand that you need to stay hydrate. Oh, it's the Hawaiian mountain goat. All right, thanks, Lynn. Stay hydrated, pre-hydrate. Try your best to carry something with you like a liquid IV, just a little tiny packet, and just pour it into a water bottle, and you should be popped back right as rain. So, and know your limits. We can talk about hiking, especially here in Arizona. And by the way, something very important to talk about, super important to talk about, is your dogs out there with you on the trail and what is legal and what is not legal. We'll cover that this week as well. Thanks so much for playing along, everybody. Let's do it again tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll see you then. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Thanks for playing.